fans consider the latest two Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, to be not only incredible video games, but also the best in the Zelda franchise, I am not one of those people.
No, sir, not me.
I hate the last two Zelda games. I know I'm in an extreme minority when it comes to this, and every time I voiced this opinion, I get absolutely blasted for it. I just miss my old Zelda, man. I mean, why would you want a tightly designed game instead of a sandbox? Make your own fun and copy-pasted shrines, caves, and dungeons. Maybe I'm supposed to like weapon durability and Ubisoft towers and survival crafting and bad voice acting and a lack of proper dungeons, but I just don't. I prefer a tight, curated adventure with an engaging story and an emphasis on dungeon exploration and puzzle solving. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are insanely bloated to the point where I have no desire whatsoever to play them, and the overall experience is kind of forgettable. Sure, there's some novelty to exploring and trying new mechanics, but I didn't ask for like a Minecraft Zelda game like Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't ask for a huge empty world like Breath of the Wild, and I absolutely didn't ask for the severe lack of music in both. They found a way to make open world like even worse, and it's barely acceptable in the best games. And it doesn't look like that's changing anytime soon, as Zelda producer Eiji Aonuma responded to some fan criticisms wanting a return to the old formula of Zelda, saying, "It's interesting when I hear people say they want more linear Zelda, because I'm wondering, why do you want to go back to that type of game where you're more limited or restricted in the types of things or ways you can play?" But I do understand that desire that we have for nostalgia, and so I can also understand it from that aspect. Does he think it's only nostalgia that makes us feel that way? No, I honestly feel like these huge new open world Zeldas are the most boring games in the series, and I have people that always tell me, well, why would you hate player expression and endless freedom? And I always tell them, just because I can see that huge mountain over there to climb, if you don't give me a compelling reason to do so, other than finding a new breakable weapon or the same repeated shrine over and over again, then what's the point of even wasting my time in doing so? Open world games have almost no replayability unless the characters and story and quest are engaging. No one is ever going to randomly get the urge to fire up Breath of the Wild and start a new file because the big meaty content is spread out so far and few between. You're going to spend hours walking around until you get to experience anything substantial. Meanwhile, Ocarina of Time is jam-packed with meaty content to experience within the first minutes of starting a new file. I don't ever want to replay Breath of the Wild because I remember all the walking and horse riding. I want meat, substantial meat. Now, I don't want to be completely negative on these games, as the fact that they are even able to run on hardware as old and underpowered as the Switch is a technical marvel. Can you imagine what they would be able to do with Zelda on hardware like the PS5 or the Series X? But these games sell like hotcakes, so I doubt the formula is going to revert to what worked back in the day, which means I just need to sadly move on from Zelda. Now, if anybody even sees this video, it's going to get ratioed hard, man.